to week 4 of Collaborative Corner. Today in music, we are going to sing a song and talk about long and short sounds.
In art, we are going to be working on some paper design, and we're going to create a sketchbook with our papers.
Here we go.
Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Vinson. I miss seeing each of your smiling faces on Mondays through Fridays, and I also miss our time spent together in the Media Center. And I first of all want to thank Miss Walters and Miss Livingston for allowing me the time to discuss with you a little bit on their YouTube weekly clip. I want to remind you of the importance of reading. I know that you are working hard at home with your families these last few weeks, and I want to remind you of a couple of opportunities that you have concerning reading in our community. First of all, I want to thank Miss Falk and Miss Milstead for providing the faculty read-alouds, which are appearing daily on our school Facebook page. And I also want to thank my son for making sure that all 5 of our schools' lending libraries throughout the Pomeri communities are filled with books for you to enjoy. I want to remind you that these 5 lending libraries are located. One is right outside the library door at the school. Another is right down the road across from Jimmy Wilson's gas station at the Pomeria Roadside Park. A third one is located at St. Philip's Lutheran Church walking track. A fourth one is located at White's Trailer Park off of Highway 34 across from the New Dollar General. And the 5th one is located at 3B Corner, which is right on the other end of our Pomeria School District. So I want to make sure that you are reminded those are being filled on a weekly basis with good books for you to enjoy. Keep working hard, and we hope to see each of you very, very soon. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Hi, boys and girls. Today, we are going to be reading a book, Down by the Bay. I love singing this book, and today I want you to sing along with me. But there are a couple things I want you to do. The first thing, some of these words sound a little special, and I want you to be listening and trying to figure out, why do they sound special? What kind of words are they? The second thing I want you to do is to repeat after me when I sing the words, down by the bay. I want you to sing, down by the bay. So let's practice before we get started. Here, I'm going to go first. Down by the bay. Now you sing, down by the bay. Good. So anytime you hear Miss Livingston sing that, you're going to repeat after me. Okay, let's get started. Here we go. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. All right, pay close attention to these words. You ready? Did you ever see a goose kissing a moose? Down by the bay you sing, down by the bay. Good job. A goose kissing a moose? That's so silly. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. Listen to these words. Did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail? Down by the bay, down by the bay. Good job, look at the whale. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. Did you ever see a fly wearing a tie? Down by the bay, down by the bay. Good job. Look at the fly. He's wearing a little tie. Can you see it? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. What do you think she's gonna say? Did you ever see a bear combing his hair down by the bay? Down by the bay. Good job. I think you got a hang of it now. Look at him combing his hair. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. What do you think she's going to say, you guys? Did you ever see llamas eating their pajamas down by the bay? Down by the bay. Good job. Look at them. Do you eat your pajamas? I hope not. That would be silly. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. Did you ever see an apple wearing a bapple? Did you ever see an orange eating a blouse? Did you ever have a time when you couldn't make a rhyme? Down by the bay, your turn. Down by the bay. Good job. Now, this last part of our song gave us a hint. Did you ever have a time when you couldn't make a rhyme? That first thing that I wanted you to do was to listen to the words to tell me what kind of words they were. Do you know what they were? They sounded similar, so that means they are what? Rhyming words. Good job. In this song, we have a lot of different sounds, but today we're going to talk about long sounds and short sounds. This song is made up of long and short sounds, and all music is made up out of long and short sounds. So when we sing the words, down by the bay, which word do you think has a long sound? I'm going to sing it again, and this time I want you to put both of your hands up on the long word. Here we go. Down by the bay. Did you get it? All right, I'm going to do it with you this time. We're going to see. Here we go. Down by the bay. Is bay a long sound? Yes, it is. Good. So if bay is the long sound, all of the other words have to be the short sound, right? So now I have a challenge for you. We are going to sing just a little bit of this song again. And as we're singing, I want you to do some motions for me. When we sing the short sounds, you are going to clap. And when we sing the long sounds, you're going to take your arms like this and you're going to go whoop, just like that. So it's going to look like this. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go. Can you try it with me? We're only going to sing a couple verses, but I want you to stand up at home and do this with me. Ready? Here we go. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. Did you ever see a goose kissing a moose? Down by the bay you sing, down by the bay. Good. Now this time we're going to be a little bit different. On the short sounds, you're going to stomp your feet down by the, and on the long sound, I want you to jump in the air. Ready? Here we go. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. Did you ever see a fly wearing a tie down by the bay? Down by the bay. Good job. Today we also talked about rhyming words like, did you ever see a goose kissing a moose? Goose and moose rhyme. They're spelt differently, but they sound the same. Now, today I'm going to sing this first, and I want you to come up with a rhyme on your own. Did you ever see a what? Something, something, a what? I'm going to make one up right now. Did you ever see a frog jumping on a log? That's a pretty cool one, right? Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to come up with your own. Ready? Go. Did you come up with your rhyme? Okay, this time Miss Livingston's going to sing the song, but I'm going to pause so that you can say your rhyme. Ready? Here we go. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. Ready? Here's your rhyme. Down by the bay, down by the bay. Good job. Boys and girls, I hope you had fun today. I know I did. I love singing with you, and I really miss seeing your faces. So let's go on over to Miss Walters and see what she's got for us in art today.
All right, boys and girls, today we are going to start a multi-week project. We are going to be working on designing different types of papers throughout the next couple weeks, and what you're going to need for most of these projects is going to be a tin pan like the one I have here. You're going to need to fill, at least for this project today, you're going to need to fill your pan with a little bit of water in the bottom, and you're going to need to find some chalk. So if you have some sidewalk chalk or some blackboard chalk or anything like that at your house, you can use that, okay? So it's my understanding that Miss Livingston taught you about the song Down by the Bay today. So we are going to be using some cool color schemed colors just so that way we can match our song that we learned, right? Okay. So I'm using these darker blues, these greens, this kind of greenish blue we have here, right? Okay. So once you have your pan ready, you can set that to the side because what we're going to need next is a piece of paper. Now, most of the time, papers run 9 by 12. Okay, so this is my sheet of paper, and what I'm going to do, 9 inches by 12 inches here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper, I'm going to fold it short side to short side. Make sure you're lining up those edges really nicely. Okay, I'm going to put a crease down the middle, okay, and I got a couple little fingerprints because I have chalk on my hands, but that's okay, okay, and then you can open it back up, fold it again just to make sure that crease is really solid, and then we're going to set this to the side, okay. So get your pan back. And what you're going to do with your pan is you're going to get a pair of scissors. And if you're still learning about scissor safety, you're definitely going to need a parent or older sibling or someone to help you with this, okay? We don't want anybody getting hurt working on this project, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of chalk, you're going to take your scissors, and you're just going to shave that chalk off of the stick and let it fall on top of the water. So you should see little flakes of chalk. It might be kind of hard to see through the camera. So you're going to add those little shavings all across the surface, okay? Now when you're done with one color, You can move on to another. My pieces are kind of short. My suggestion is that you get a piece of chalk that is nice and long, so it's this part of the scissors are not very close to your thumb or your other fingers. Okay. And we'll get another kind of greenish blue color and add some of this. And I'm gonna get, lastly, a little green. You wanna make sure that goes all over the surface. Okay, now you're gonna take your blank piece of paper. If you wanna wash your hands for this step so you don't get any chalk on your paper, that's fine. You can do that, or you can just go ahead and pick it up. And we're gonna lay our paper gently on top of our water. Now, if you haven't folded your paper in half, you might not have enough room for your paper to fit, so make sure you don't skip that step. And we're just gonna push lightly on our corners, our edges, make sure every little bit of our paper gets chalk on it, okay? Now we're gonna pull it up by the corner. Let's see what we came out with. Wow, that's pretty cool. So what you can do is you can let this dry and then add some more chalk to the other side of your paper by just laying it gently into the pan after you've shaved a little bit of chalk off onto the surface of the water. What my idea is that we are going to design different types of paper different ways every week, and we eventually are going to make a sketchbook that you can use to draw in while you're away. So when you're done with one sheet, you can make another sheet. You can do as many as you would like. The more, the merrier. All right.
Thanks again for joining us for another episode.
We miss you guys. We hope we get to see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.